Scizor also a chance for some sort of Mega, but again, Garchomp, Scizor, less likely than Charizard. And seeing so many Fire Pokemon on the team, I imagine this is Charizard Y, just because Drought does help out quite a bit. So now we don't know what's going to come out first, but we're going to find out. We are going to find out, and probably the hard way. So, hello everybody, this is DKG's Avos. It's a shiny Scizor. The Avos quotes are already going around the internet. So, knowing that Scizor's probably going to deal with us really well, you know, the stab bug moves and all. We really don't want to keep Malamar out and about. That's not a thing. That's really not a good idea. So we're going to have to switch out and go into Magnezone. Magnezone's not going to resist any dark moves that Scizor might have. But maybe. I don't know. Any sort of steel move, any sort of bug move, we should be able to take really well with Magnezone. He's going to go for some neutral electric moves on him as well. Looks like X-Scissor. X-Scissor, I'm not terribly surprised by. A lot of people do run X-Scissor on Scizor, but for me, I personally prefer having U-Turn. In this kind of instance, oh, he's got X-Scissor and U-Turn. Alright, that's interesting. Looks like Infernape is going to come out. Infernape is a little bit of a glass cannon, as we've already said. Thunderbolt does take it down pretty far on the HP, but it looks like this one's built to be a little bit bulkier. I don't know if it's got an Assault Vest on it or what. Normally I wouldn't imagine the Infernape would have an Assault Vest on it, but that does make me worry a little bit. So at this point we really don't want to keep out Magnezone. That seems like a bad idea. I know that I could probably take a Fire Punch, but you know what? Having something paralyzed seems a lot better than having something not paralyzed. And although the Rotom was out and about, I think that we should be okay trying to set up some sort of paralysis. And Flare Blitz is going to hurt quite a bit. We are bold-natured though. Got that max HP. Got that recoil damage. Looks like the Life Orb in there. Not bad. Not bad at all. Looks like Mach Punch. Awesome. He's going to come in a little bit before us, but you know what? Every time he goes for that, he's just going to lose it a little bit more and more. So I think he's got one more turn of Life Orb damage. He's going to try and get that damage in as best as possible. But you know what? We're going to try and play through that. We're going to go for the Swagger. It's a bit of a risk, because I think at this point, Mach Punch might actually be able to take out Meowstic, or any other move for that matter. But if he hits himself in his confusion or gets paralyzed, then we're going to be okay. So, dealt with the Infernape with a little bit of luck. It was luck, it was a risk, but it's a calculated risk. As always, we want to have a calculated risk. We don't want to go in there guns a-blazing, just send out, you know, we don't want to have that kind of thing going on. So, now we've got Scizor out and about. Really, Light Screen's not going to help us out that much. The biggest thing Light Screen was going to help out against was some sort of Rotom. But now that we've got Scizor paralyzed, he's going to be slowed down. We're going to be able to take him out pretty quickly, hopefully. We're not going to have to worry about U-turn on anything. We're not going to be able to switch in Malamar, though. Malamar not going to help out against a bulky Scizor, and we don't know what kind of Scizor this is. So I feel like Magnezone is going to have to come out just to play for a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. Now, last time Scizor really wanted to get out of here, so maybe Scizor's going to try and get out again. But we're going to go for the T-Bolt straight away, just to see what we can do with Scizor. We saw the X-Scissor last time, we saw the U-turn last time, and now that we see the U-turn again, we've got a pretty good idea of what we're up against. Alright. We still don't know what's on that Scizor as far as item. Garchomp with Earthquake is really dangerous against Magnezone. That's not a place we want to be. Meowstic might have been able to survive that. We really don't want to have an obscene switch. Maybe we'll just have to burn out Magnezone. I really like to keep him alive, but at 74 HP, maybe he's not going to be so useful either. So I think we're going to have to burn him out. I really don't like having anything switch in on it. At least not right now. I know that Azumarill should be able to take an Earthquake, no problem. No problem, but I just don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. So now at this point, we are going to go into Inigo Montoya. Inigo Montoya should have the HP and enough defense to survive from Garchomp. So we're going to go ahead and set it up. I know that there's a chance that Scizor's going to try and switch in, go for the U-turn or the X-Scissor because it's the best counter to Malamar on this team. But if it switches in, it's paralyzed and going to be slower than Malamar. If Garchomp stays in, it's going to let us set up the superpower without having a great chance of taking out our Malamar. Malamar's got the nice thing about having a decent amount of defense, and 193 HP is pretty good. So now that we've added our defense up here, we've increased our attack, we're going to be able to survive one more Earthquake, but no, we're not. Oh, that rough skin. And the Rocky Helmet. Was not expecting the Rocky Helmet on Garchomp. That's a new one. But anything that's got rough skin or iron barbs, yeah, alright. We're not going to be able to survive that Earthquake now. That was an unexpected. Nicely done, though. Alright, so at this point, we're just going to have to burn out Malamar. It's unfortunate. We're not going to survive that second Earthquake, but nicely done. Nicely done. Like I said, I do like sets that I don't normally run into, and Rocky Helmet on a Garchomp, not something you normally see. I'm actually really happy about that. I'm disappointed, but I'm happy to see it. I love seeing weird sets. Alright. We are going to go into Azumarill at this point. We know that we're going to be doing okay. We're going to be able to resist that, any sort of stab dragon move. We're going to be able to resist any dark move from Crunch. And Earthquake shouldn't deal with us too quickly, so we should be alright. I'm disappointed. I really am. I'm pretty disappointed in myself not seeing that rough skin coming in. But it is what it is. Azumarill should be able to threaten it out. Scizor would be a great switch right about now. Just because Scizor, I mean, it's got Bullet Punch, which is going to do neutral damage. If you know that I'm going to go for the play rough, you're probably going to be able to resist it with Scizor. Even if you don't, you're going to have a safe switch and not lose Garchomp. But at this point, like I said, I'm going for play rough. So any sort of Steel Pokemon, any sort of Poison Pokemon are going to be able to resist that. Dragon Pokemon not going to be able to take the shot. Yes, Garchomp's basically paid for itself, taking out Malamar, but I don't know if it's really going to want to lose it that quick. Out of here. But the Rocky Helmet and the rough... Oh, man. Why can't I get that in my head that there's a Rocky Helmet on this thing? Like, hey, Avos, you know there's a Rocky Helmet over here, right? Yes, yes, now I do. Alright, let's do this. Gonna have to focus up. Focus up and take this one down. I don't think Azumarill's going to be able to stick around, but Azumarill still has some viability out and about. It looks like Scizor. Because we don't have a choiced Azumarill, I felt like we were okay to go for Brick Break here. And it was a risky move. We got the paralysis. We got lucky. Now we're absolutely going to have to go for the Aqua Jet, try and clear out Scizor as much as possible. Maybe we can get a twofer here. I don't know. I don't know if Scizor's got enough HP there to try and survive this, but the answer is no. So it's probably not a bulky Scizor that we were running up against. But then again, it was also shiny. So shinies generally mean that there's going to be one or two IVs that are missing. But now that we've got Azumarill up, at least in the yellow, not in the red. By the way, do you guys appreciate the fact that it doesn't give you that you're low on HP alarm constantly anymore? That's possibly one of my favorite additions to Gen 6. Like, why didn't we have that sooner? Amazing. Alright, Azumarill at this point is in a lot of trouble. Now, the biggest problem that we've got here is that Rotom is going to be able to take out Nidoking or Diggersby on a switch. Hydro Pump, Scald, it really doesn't matter what it is. It's probably Hydro Pump, but if it misses, then we're okay. If it doesn't, which it won't, we're kind of screwed. We have to go for the Play Rough. Rotom is generally special defensive bulky, so we're going to go for the Play Rough, try and do some damage here. It looks like he might have forgotten what our other two Pokemon were. Both of our other Pokemon were our ground-type Pokemon. So the paralysis wouldn't have helped out on anything else, but now that we've got a decent chunk of HP, Azumarill, it's not going to survive a Volt Switch or anything else. We have to go for the Aqua, do as much damage to Rotom as possible. There's just not enough here that we're going to expect Azumarill to survive. But now we're going to see what his last couple Pokemon are, and hopefully be able to deal with them. We still have Nidoking, we still have Diggersby, so as long as we've got Diggersby out and about, we can still deal with that Rotom with Quick Attack. So Nidoking might be our best bet, but with Charizard, oh man. Here's the problem, guys. Charizard is faster than Diggersby. Diggersby has Rock Slide. Rock Slide deals with Charizard Y extremely well. Problem is that if Charizard Y comes out, is faster than Diggersby, Diggersby's not going to have a chance to use Rock Slide. Diggersby's going to be O-Code pretty effectively. The other problem that we've got is that Talonflame's the next up, and that Talonflame's going to be able to sweep through the rest of this. So I'm pretty sure this is a lost game that we're trying to fight here, but we're going to go for it anyway. Right now we've got Ice Beam, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and Fire Blast on Nidoking, but we used to have Thunderbolt. Now T-Bolt would have helped out quite a bit, but unfortunately for us right now, not so. Now with Charizard coming out and about, his best move is actually either Flamethrower or Fire Blast, but Solar Beam's probably going to come out, just because most people think of Nidoking as primarily a ground-type Pokemon. So I'm going to take neutral damage from a non-stab move, where I could have taken neutral damage from a stab move with something else. Fire Blast has the same effectiveness, boosted two times by the fact that there's sunlight out. Solar Beam only doing 120 base damage, Fire Blast would have been doing effectively 240 plus the 50% bonus of stab, would have dealt with Nidoking extremely well. Fire Blast. In Sun against Nidoking, Fire Blast. Unfortunately, it misses on that one. We're going to be able to take Charizard out, but we still have Talonflame to deal with. Still have Talonflame. We're going to try and burn out this Sun as much as possible. It's going to be 5 turns. Flare Blitz is going to suck. And it looks like Rotom's going to come in here. Oh, Rotom. This is a mistake. This is a mistake. Oh, Rotom. Rotom, no. Oh, man. Rotom is going to be basically helping us burn out this sunlight. I think it's got... Oh, I think there's one more turn of sun. Rotom, why? If this is the last turn of sun, then we don't have to worry about Flare Blitz at all. Because I think Diggersby can take a Brave Bird to the face. I'm pretty sure. But we also have Quick Attack, which can threaten Talonflame a little bit, especially if it's just a mass bulk. It's not a bulky set. Oh, man. If it's not a bulky set, Quick Attack's a big threat. We gotta go for Rock Slide. We have to guarantee that we OHKO. Flare Blitz would have been the best move. It would have dealt with Diggersby, especially with the sun still up. We do survive a Brave Bird, and as long as Rock Slide hits, we're good. Flare Blitz would have sealed the deal, but with that priority trying to get around our Quick Attack, GG.